Welcome back to Vigor. It's your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. As you can clearly see, we're about to get into it on Fjellkanten. And I'm gonna say it, I've already said it multiple times, but I'm gonna say it again. This map is a crowd favorite. Everybody loves this map. Everybody does. And you see, it's this map that has something special about it. And that something special is nobody, unless you're solo, and the map is boosted somewhat, and or you spawn near some locations that actually have loot in them. Nobody comes to loot here. Especially if you're a team. If you're a team and you come onto this map, what do? SVU, full auto, Vigor as your secondary, and you try to get a threat. Right? And I say that because I've just got finished rewatching my own video. I believe it's called Vigor, Threatful, Offensive Retaliation. Upon watching that video, I realized everybody that I killed didn't have that much loot on them. Instead, they had SVUs, ADR 97s, Bugle F1s, and ammunition for them. They didn't loot. They were just trying to get kills. And you see, I have no problem with that, but I mean, you know, if you're looking for trouble, you're gonna find it, especially on this map right here, because all you gotta do is keep your head on a swivel, and you'll find somebody. Just like that. Right? What happened here was that somebody used the detector, not knowing somebody was near the detector, and now they're getting shot at. You see, when you do use a detector, you are giving away your position to everybody else. You're essentially making the playing field even for everybody. Well, not really everybody, but for you, yeah, pretty much everybody too, for about 4 seconds. Because once they hear that sound go off, they probably go prone, check their map, and they look to find a detector. And once they do, they be like, oh, okay, somebody's there. And they keep moving on. The game kind of pauses for that instant. But you know how I just posted a video talking about, you know, Vigor is basically a quiet place, the movie. And I'm looking. But I'm also looking behind me as well, because somebody does spawn in the snowy area. And most paths that people take from the snowy area is right along here. And I'm at the end of the tracks. And I don't know if you heard that just now, but I heard somebody in my left ear. Now what I'm thinking is this. They're going to try to loot the plane. And maybe, I always take forward image right there. And maybe I can catch him out in the open. Maybe. But I keep relocating. I move up here to the lookout. See if I can find anything. I'm en route there. Once I get up, I hear another person. Another person. Okay, so this might just be a whole third-party scenario. Now I need to get into position to where I can see both parties. You know, and as soon as one kills the other, and the killer goes to loot the body, I'll be there, already scoped, already aimed, already mentally prepared to take a headshot. But there's a guy right there in front of me. And I'm thinking, should I take the shot or not? Should I take a shot or not? But then the thought hits me, wait until he's in the open. Now he's in the open. So that wasn't the prettiest, and I'll tell you why it wasn't the prettiest. Developers, if you're watching this video, hear me out. So if our weapon is in our hand and we're not aiming with it, where's the source of the glint? Why does our weapon give off glint when we're not aiming with it? Because I had my weapon in my hands, the dude saw the glint right there and started aiming my way. And that's how he saw me. So until that day, as this man has a picture, hooray. Until that day, when the developers decide, you know what, let's just take out glint when the weapon's in their hands and they're not aiming with it. Let's keep it solely for when they're aiming with it. Until that day, this game is like 80% fun, in my opinion. Well, until that day, then it'll become 90% fun. What will get it to 100% fun? Maybe I need to make a new account and figure that out all for myself. And you see right there, I avoided a future mistake. Whenever you get finished with a gunfight with a scoped weapon, always aim out and then put it on your back. Because you don't want to be walking and all of a sudden you hear somebody and they stop in front of you and you aim and you get surprised that your weapon is still scoped in. How I do things is that I place my crosshairs on the source of my suspicions in third person, then aim. So that way I don't gotta have that much time to adjust my crosshairs with my scope and line up a headshot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just a beginner's tip. Just a beginner's tip. But hey, we came out of that one alive. We came out of that one alive indeed. We got a whole H-bar T on our back. A wonderful secondary. A scoped secondary. The only reason why I would use an H-bar T on this map is because if I get rushed, right? If I get rushed, given that ZA M76 can take him out in 2 shots to the chest, if not 1 shot to the chest, but its H-bar T also has a decent rate of fire. The ZA doesn't. I mean, it's no M82, but the rate of fire on it is not particularly great in and of itself. Right? So, as I'm moving around the outside of this pond, yes, I'm staying vigilant. Staying vigilant indeed. And I get to right here, and my anxiety starts to creep up. It's open. It is in the open indeed, and I don't see anything, I don't hear anybody. Maybe they died. Maybe they have died because it has been some time. But I feel like I'm going to get watched. You see, there's a difference between being watched and you feel like you are going to get watched. This is a quote I live by. I made it myself. The anticipation is always greater than the actual event. I'm going to trigger a little bit of flashback for y'all. Remember the first time... Uh-oh, wait a minute. I got spotted. There's a guy right up there on that ridge behind me. And I think he sees me too, and that's why I'm bobbing and weaving back and forth. I'm going to come back to that childhood memory in just a moment. Okay, so. We look. We appear to be safe. But check this out. I'm not going to fire. I'm not. Because like I said, I feel like I'm going to get watched. And sure enough, there's somebody over there. Near the detector. And it's not the same person either. It's not the same person. So if I fired right now, then that person over there would know. Well, actually, they already know that there are 3 players here, including themselves. And here comes Santa Claus. Again, he's not real. Now, I decide not to shoot this man. Because maybe, just maybe, he is going to get into a fight with the guy who spotted me. If they're going to kill each other, why would I intervene? If they're going to kill each other, then why would I intervene? I don't want to make this hectic. I want to maintain my element of surprise, even though, it's halfway gone because dude literally hit the detector and seen 2 people near here. I'm not going to fire. But maybe, if he does something stupid, which he doesn't think will be stupid, maybe I'll take a shot. And so you see me right here, crawling up. There he goes. But instead he turns around. And you see right there, it could have been a perfect shot. It could have been. But remember, it has been a while since that detector went off. So I'm gonna let him think that somebody's still nearby. And look, the truth is somebody is still nearby. They are still nearby, but it's just not me. And a thought also hit me, why would I risk it when I have a whole buried cache I can go for? Right? Again, I am loot oriented and not bloodthirsty. There is a huge difference in that. Now, given that was a target of opportunity, but the last word in that phrase is important. Opportunity. It's a chance. It's a chance you die. It's a chance you survive. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm going to keep an eye as I check that bush. He hits the tether once again. Maybe he knows he's not safe. Because he did see 3 dots on the map. Well, 2 dots on the map. Right? Maybe he's trying to check to see if he can take that exit. We're going to find out. Remember, that's the guy I let go. Right? Remember that. And so, I'm going to make it over here. Grab some wires. Chill out for a minute. And then I'll look. Explosion. Pull out the HRT scope and look. ZA-M76 scope. Look. They're up there. Again, I'm not going to fire. Because I want to maintain my element of surprise. Am I going to use my element of surprise? No. Because they're killing each other. There is no point in intervening in that potential gunfight. As soon as I heard that detector go off, I was like, this may be a whole ugly battle. It's best if I don't fire. And so it became ugly between 2 people. Now, where does that leave me? Well, let's see here. Turn the camera to the left, and there's cash right there. Nice. You see what I just did right there? I avoided a potential problem by staying quiet. Even though the most perfect of... Well, not really perfect because he was moving. But even though dude had his back turned to me and walking away, he still had some cover to use, like that rock and that house. And even if I did do that, the guy at the detector would have heard the shots and been like, oh, let me turn my camera to the left, go prone, and crawl up to this ridge and see if I can see anybody. He would have seen me aiming, as he used the detector once again to see where I'm at. He's going to use, well, yeah, he would have seen me aiming, because of my glint, I do have 2 scopes. He would have seen dude also running into the house, so he would have thought, okay, he's being shot at, but from where? And then let's say I did kill old boy, right? Let's say I did. Walk down there, get his body, while I'm crouched on one knee trying to check his loot. Boom, I'm dead. Because he had a headshot on me, because I was staying still over his body. Every fight you get into, you don't have to fight. I chose that first one because, number 1, he was in the open. 2, he had no cover, which is the same thing as number 1. And 3, the range was perfect for the ZA-M76. 4, and number 4 is really important, nobody else was around. You understand what I'm saying? If I did take that shot, I probably wouldn't have survived. And now, I know I say, you don't have to fight every fight. But sometimes fights aren't fights until you make them a fight. If you make the first move, you are responsible for the outcome of that engagement. So if I shot that dude, and let's say I hit him like 4 times and he was still alive, then I turn to my right and I see a guy prone on the edge of the rim, bowl of death, and I see him aiming, And by the time I turn my camera to him, he shoots me, and then I'm dead. At that point, I would turn off the game, number one. But because I didn't fire, I ensured my own safety. That's what I want y'all to see. There are multiple kinds of engagements in this game. I've made a video talking about the 3 different types of engagements. But this right here was very opportunistic. You got to see daytime and you got to see nighttime in terms of the polar opposites of, should I shoot this guy or should I not shoot this guy? Being overzealous is also a killer in this game as well. Know what I'm saying? And so I hope you all have enjoyed this video. And please, subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you in the next episode. Until next time, peace.